Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Every Day. Here, learning English is not only easy and fun, but also natural and relaxing. I'm Emily, and I'm so happy to have you with us today.
And I'm Paul. Hi, Emily. It's great to see you again. How are you doing today?
Hi, Paul. I'm doing really great. Thank you for asking. The sun is shining outside, the sky's blue, and everything feels bright and cheerful. It really puts me in a good mood to start this lesson. How about you?
Oh, I'm wonderful too, Emily. I had my morning coffee and now I feel full of energy. It's such a beautiful day, isn't it? Perfect weather for learning English and sharing something new with our amazing listeners.
Yes, absolutely. I think when the sun shines, everything feels a little bit better. And today we have a super important topic to talk about, one that every English learner needs to know.
That's right. Today we're going to talk about daily conversations you must know to speak English naturally. These are the short, simple phrases that you use every single day, whether you're greeting someone, buying something, or just chatting with a friend.
Exactly, Paul. These are the words and sentences that help you live your daily life in English naturally and confidently. They might seem simple, but they're incredibly powerful because you use them all the time.
And that's why this lesson is perfect for beginners or for anyone who wants to sound more natural in conversation. It's like learning the building blocks of real English communication.
Absolutely. But before we start, I just want to remind everyone, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to English Every Day if you haven't already. It really helps us a lot, and it means we can keep making more fun lessons for you.
Yes, please do. And don't forget to leave us a comment too. We love reading your thoughts, your questions, and your favorite phrases.
All right, then. Are you ready, Paul?
Oh, yes, I'm ready. Let's get started with our first topic, greetings.
So, Paul, where should we begin with our daily conversations? What's the very first thing people usually say when they meet someone new?
That's a good question, Emily. I think the very first thing is always greetings. Simple words like saying hello or hi.
Exactly. Greetings are the first step to starting any conversation. They might look small, but they're super important because they open the door to communication.
Right. When you say hi or hello, you make people feel welcome. You can use hi with friends, classmates, or people you know well. And hello, well, that one is good for everyone, anytime, anywhere.
Yes. And did you know that we actually have different greetings for different times of the day? For example, when you wake up in the morning or meet someone before noon, what do we usually say, Paul?
Ah, that's an easy one. We say good morning. You can use it when you see someone early in the morning, maybe at work, at school, or even when you walk into a coffee shop. Imagine this. It's 8 a.m., you step inside your favorite cafe, and you say good morning to the barista.
Perfect example. It's polite, friendly, and it instantly makes the other person smile. Now, after noon, say after 12 o'clock, we change it a little, right?
Yes, after 12, we say good afternoon. It's polite and sounds very natural. You can use it from noon until around 6 p.m. For instance, when you meet a colleague after lunch, good afternoon is just the right thing to say.
That's right. It sounds calm, professional, and friendly. Then, when the sun starts to go down and it gets darker, what do we say?
That's when we say good evening. You can use good evening when you arrive somewhere at night, like when you go to a restaurant or meet a friend for dinner. It's still a greeting, not a goodbye.
Exactly. A lot of learners mix up good evening and good night. But remember, good evening is what you say when you arrive, and good night is what you say when you leave.
That's a really good point, Emily. Good night is actually a farewell, not a greeting. You can say it when you're leaving a party, finishing a phone call late at night, or when you're about to go to sleep.
So, for example, if you're leaving a friend's house at 10 p.m., you'd say, good night. And if you're sending a text before bed, you can write good night with a little smile.
Yes, that's perfect. So, just to review, good morning before noon, good afternoon after 12, good evening when it's dark, and good night when you're saying goodbye for the night.
Well said, Paul. And it's amazing how these simple greetings can make such a big difference. They show kindness, respect, and a little bit of confidence, which is everything you need to start speaking English naturally.
Exactly, Emily. So, everyone listening, practice these greetings out loud every day. Try saying them to your friends, to your coworkers, or even to yourself in the mirror.
Yes, the more you practice, the more natural it feels. Okay, now that we've learned how to say hello, what comes next, Paul?
Hmm. After you say hello, you usually ask how someone is, right?
That's right. Let's move on to our next part, asking, how are you? All right, now that we know how to say hello, what usually comes next, Paul?
Well, after greetings, the next thing people usually say is a friendly question. How are you? It's probably one of the most common and polite questions in English.
Yes, exactly. How are you is short, simple, and friendly. You can use it with almost anyone, your teacher, your friend, your neighbor, even someone you just met. It's like a small way to show that you care about the other person.
Right. It's not just about words, it's about connection. When you ask someone, how are you? You're showing kindness and respect.
That's so true, Paul. And there are lots of ways to answer that question. The most classic one is, I'm fine, thank you. But these days, people often say, I'm good. It sounds natural and relaxed.
Yeah, I'm good is really popular now. You can also say, I'm great if you're feeling happy or excited. Or if you're just okay, you can say, not bad. It means you're doing all right, not perfect, but okay.
Exactly. Not bad is nice because it sounds real. Not too positive, not too negative. And of course, there are days when we're not feeling amazing, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. On those days, you can say, I'm a bit tired, or I've been better. That still sounds polite, but honest.
Yes, that's a good point. You can be honest and still sound friendly. And here's something really important. When someone asks, how are you? Don't forget to ask back.
Exactly. You can say, I'm good, thank you. And you? Or how about you? That small question makes your conversation sound warm and natural.
Yes, it's such a simple thing, but it really shows that you care about the other person. It's what keeps the conversation going.
Let's try an example, shall we? I'll start. Hi, Emily. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you, Paul. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. See? That's easy, quick, and polite.
Perfect. And you can use it anywhere, at school, at work, at the cafe, or even in a text message. It's one of those little English habits that you'll use every single day.
That's right. So everyone, remember this pattern. First, ask, "How are you?" Then answer, "I'm good, thank you." And finally ask back, "And you?"
Yes, if you practice it every day, it'll start to feel completely natural, like you've been saying it your whole life.
Exactly. That's how you build confidence in English. Small, simple steps.
All right, so now that we know how to greet people and ask how they are, what comes next, Paul?
I think after that, we usually tell people our names, right?
Yes, that's right. So let's move on to our next part, introductions. All right, now we've learned how to say hello and ask, how are you? But what if you meet someone for the very first time? That's when we move on to introductions.
Yes, introductions are super important. They help people know who you are, and they're usually the start of every new friendship or conversation.
Exactly. So, Paul, when you meet someone new, what's the first thing you say?
Well, I usually start with, "My name is Paul." It's clear, simple, and polite. Then I ask, "What's your name?"
That's perfect. You can say, my name is Emily, or I'm Emily, and then ask back, what's your name? It's such an easy way to start talking to someone new.
Yes, and when the other person tells you their name, it's nice to respond with, "Nice to meet you." It makes the moment warm and friendly.
Right. You can also add a smile or, if it feels appropriate, a handshake. But even just saying nice to meet you with a smile is enough to make a good impression.
Let's try an example. Ready?
Sure, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Paul. What's your name?
Hi, Paul. I'm Emily. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Emily.
See, that's how simple it is. A short, friendly exchange like that can help you feel more confident when meeting new people.
Yes. And remember, introductions don't have to be formal or complicated. Just speak clearly, smile, and be polite. That's what people will remember most.
Exactly. You can even make it a bit more natural by adding small phrases. For example, hi, I'm Emily. I'm new here. Or, hi, my name's Paul. It's great to finally meet you.
Oh, yes. Those little details make it sound friendly and real. And once you've said your name, you can continue the conversation with something simple like, "How are you?" Or, "Where are you from?"
That's a great idea. So, you see, just a few words can turn a quiet moment into a nice conversation.
Exactly. And like we always say, the key is practice. Practice introducing yourself to people around you, even just in simple situations.
Yes, you can practice with your classmates, coworkers, or even talk to yourself in front of a mirror.
All right. So now we've covered greetings, asking "How are you?" and introductions. What's next on our list, Emily?
Hmm, let's see. After introductions, it's time to talk about something just as important, politeness words.
Ah, yes. Words like please, thank you, and sorry. They're small, but they make a big difference.
Exactly. Let's move on and talk about how to be polite in English the right way. All right, now let's talk about something super important. Politeness words. These are the little words that make your English sound kind, friendly, and respectful.
Yes, and honestly, Emily, polite words are like magic. They're small, but they can completely change the way people feel when they talk to you.
Exactly, Paul. You can say the same thing, but if you add a polite word, it suddenly sounds much nicer. So let's start with one of the most important words in English. Please.
Yes, please. We use please when we ask for something, right? Like, can I have a coffee, please? Or pass me the salt, please.
That's right. Adding please makes your request sound softer and more polite. Without it, your sentence might sound a bit too direct.
Yes. And when someone gives you something or helps you, what do you say? You say thank you.
Exactly. Thank you, or the shorter version, thanks, both are great. For example, when someone opens the door for you, you can say thank you. Or when your friend gives you a cup of coffee, just say thanks.
Yes. And when someone says thank you to you, how do you answer? You can say you're welcome, that's the traditional and polite way. Or if you want to sound more casual, you can say no problem or no worries.
Right. You're welcome is perfect for any situation. No problem is more relaxed, and you can use it with friends or coworkers. For example, if someone says, "Thank you for helping me," you can say, "No problem. Happy to help."
That's a great example, Emily. And you know what? There's another important polite phrase. Excuse me.
Oh, yes. Excuse me is very useful. You can use it when you want to get someone's attention, like, "Excuse me, can I ask a question?" Or when you need to pass by someone in a crowded place. "Excuse me, could I get through, please?"
Exactly. And it's also great when you accidentally bump into someone. You can just say, excuse me, or I'm sorry.
Ah, yes, sorry. That's another polite word that English speakers use a lot. If you make a small mistake, like stepping on someone's foot or dropping something, just say sorry. It shows that you respect the other person and didn't mean to cause trouble.
Yes, sorry can be small but powerful. You can say sorry for a small accident or I'm sorry when you really feel bad about something.
Exactly. So let's review quickly. Please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, and sorry. These 5 words are the heart of polite English.
That's right. If you use them often, people will notice your kindness and feel comfortable talking with you. And believe me, that makes a big difference.
Yes, it really does. Politeness is not just about grammar, it's about respect. And when you sound polite, people want to talk to you more.
Exactly. So everyone, make sure to practice these words every day. Say them out loud. Please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sorry.
Perfect. All right, Paul, now that we know how to be polite in English, what's next?
Hmm. After greetings and politeness, I think it's time for something fun. Small talk.
Ah, yes. Small talk, those little friendly chats that make conversation feel natural and easy. Let's talk about that next. All right. So now we've learned how to greet people and be polite. But sometimes, Paul, when you meet someone, maybe at work, at a cafe, or even in an elevator, you don't want the conversation to stop right away, right?
Exactly. You want to keep the conversation going, but you don't want to talk about anything too serious. That's what we call small talk.
Yes. Small talk is just a friendly, simple conversation about everyday things. It helps people feel comfortable, break the ice, and connect with each other.
That's right. It's not about deep topics. You don't need to talk about politics or big ideas. You can just talk about light, easy things.
Exactly. So, Paul, what's one of the easiest small talk topics?
The weather. Everyone talks about the weather because it's always changing.
It's simple, safe, and something everyone can relate to.
Yes, you can say things like, nice weather today, isn't it? Or, it's sunny today. If it's cold, you can say, it's really cold today. Or, if it's raining, it's raining again.
Yes, and if someone asks you about the weather, you can answer easily. Yes, it's beautiful. Or no, it's cloudy today. Even a small comment like that helps you sound friendly.
Exactly. You don't have to be a weather reporter. Just share a little bit. You can even ask, is it always this hot here? Or does it rain a lot in this city?
That's perfect. And another great topic for small talk is weekends. For example, if it's Monday morning, you can ask, how was your weekend?
Yes, that's such a natural question. You can answer with something simple, like, it was good, thank you. Or, it was busy but fun. And don't forget to ask back, how about yours?
Exactly. When you ask back, it keeps the conversation alive and makes it feel friendly.
And if you're not sure what to say, you can just make a small comment about what's happening around you. For example, this coffee smells really good. Or, that's a nice bag you have.
Yes, that's great. Or if you're waiting in line, you can say, this line is long, isn't it? It's just a small, friendly comment. Not complaining, just connecting.
Exactly. Small talk doesn't need to be deep. It's just about creating a friendly moment. It helps people open up and feel comfortable with you.
That's right. It's like a bridge. It helps you move from silence to conversation. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes.
Yes, small talk is a wonderful way to practice your English every day. You can try it with a classmate, a coworker, or even the cashier at a store.
Exactly. Don't be afraid. Even one or two short sentences are enough. It's better to try and make a small connection than to say nothing at all.
That's so true, Paul. Small talk helps you connect, practice English, and feel more confident in everyday situations. It's really one of the best tools for learning natural English.
Exactly. So, what's next, Emily?
Well, now that we've learned how to start a conversation, maybe it's time to ask a few personal questions. Just the simple ones, not too private, but friendly.
Ah, yes. Questions like, where are you from? Or what do you do? Those are great for getting to know someone.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to part 6, basic personal questions. All right. So now that we've learned how to make small talk, let's take it one step further. Sometimes when you're having a friendly conversation, you want to know a little more about the other person, but not too much.
Exactly. These are what we call basic personal questions. They're simple, friendly, and totally safe to ask. They help you learn a little bit about the person you're talking to.
Yes. And one of the most common questions is, where are you from? It's a great way to start learning about someone's background.
That's right. You can say, where are you from? And the other person can answer, I'm from Brazil, or I'm from Japan, or I'm from Finland. It's short, simple, and very natural.
Exactly. And if you want to be a bit more specific, you can add the city. For example, I'm from Brazil, from Sao Paulo. It makes the answer sound complete and friendly.
Yes, that's nice. And after someone answers, it's always polite to ask back, and you? Or where are you from? It keeps the conversation balanced. You both get to share something.
That's such a great tip, Paul. And there's another question that English learners hear a lot, especially when traveling. Do you speak English?
Oh, yes, that's a good one.
If someone asks you that, you can answer honestly, yes, a little, or no, not much. Even if you only speak a few words, it's totally fine to say yes, a little. It shows that you're trying, and people always appreciate that.
Exactly. It's always better to be confident and show that you're learning. And when you say a little, most people will slow down or try to help you.
Yes, that's true. And there's one more common question. What do you do? Now that means, what is your job?
Ah, yes, that's a good one. You can answer, I'm a student, or I'm a teacher, or I work in an office. You don't need to give a long answer, just keep it short and clear.
Exactly. For example, I'm a nurse. I'm a chef. I work in IT. Easy, right?
Yes, very easy. And if you want to ask back, just say, what about you? Or, and you? That keeps the conversation going naturally.
So, to review, the three most common personal questions are, where are you from? Do you speak English? And what do you do?
Exactly. And they're all very simple, very polite, and perfect for small, friendly conversations. They help you learn more about people without sounding too personal or serious.
Yes, and they're especially useful when you travel. When you're in a new country, these phrases can help you make new friends and practice your English.
That's right. So, everyone, practice these simple questions, ask them, answer them, and soon they'll feel natural to you.
Yes, and speaking of traveling, when you're in a new country, you'll probably need to buy something, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Shopping is something we all do, and it's full of simple, useful English phrases.
Then let's go shopping together.
Perfect, let's do it. All right, Paul, let's go shopping. Because let's be honest, everyone needs to buy something sooner or later. Whether it's food, clothes, or even just a cup of coffee, shopping is something we all do almost every day.
That's so true, Emily. And knowing how to talk in a store is super useful, especially if you're traveling to an English-speaking country. It's not difficult, but there are a few key phrases that can really help you sound polite and confident.
Exactly. So let's start with what happens when you first walk into a shop. Usually, the shop assistant will smile and ask you, "Can I help you?" It's their way of saying, "Do you need anything?"
Right, and there are two easy ways to answer. If you need help, you can say, yes, please, and then tell them what you want. For example, yes, please, I'm looking for a t-shirt. But if you're just browsing, you can say, no, thank you, I'm just looking.
That's perfect. "I'm just looking" is a super common and polite way to say, "I don't need help right now." It makes you sound natural and friendly.
Yes, and then when you see something you like, you might want to ask about the price. That's when you say, how much is this? For example, how much is this jacket? Or how much are these shoes?
Exactly. It's such a simple question, but you'll use it all the time. And if you already know what you want, you can say, "I'll take this, please." That means you've decided to buy it.
Yes, and if you're in a cafe or a grocery store, you can also use phrases like, can I have a coffee, please? Or, I need some milk, please. It's short, clear, and polite.
Perfect examples. And if you're looking for something specific, like apples or bread, you can ask, "Do you have apples?" or "Where are the apples?"
Yes, exactly. Those are really helpful questions when you're shopping in a new place and you don't know where things are.
Right. And once you decide what to buy and you pay, don't forget to say thank you. It's small, but it's polite. And usually the cashier will reply, "You're welcome," or "Have a nice day."
Yes, and that's such a friendly way to end your shopping trip. Even a simple thank you can make someone's day better.
That's true. And remember, you can always use polite words like please and thank you multiple times while shopping. It shows good manners and people will always appreciate it.
Exactly. So to review, when you enter a shop, say hello. If the shop assistant asks, "Can I help you?" you can say, "Yes, please," or "No, thank you. I'm just looking." If you want to know the price, ask, "How much is this?" And when you finish, always say thank you.
Perfect summary, Paul. Shopping conversations are short, simple, and very useful. If you practice them often, you'll feel more comfortable when you travel or live abroad.
Yes, and speaking of traveling, sometimes when you're in a new city, you might not know where to go. That's when you need another super useful skill, asking for directions.
Ah, yes, that's a big one. Let's move on to part 8, asking for directions. All right, Paul, so we've done our shopping. But what if we're in a new city and we don't know where we are? That's when we really need to know how to ask for directions.
Exactly. Asking for directions is one of the most useful skills when you travel. Because, let's be honest, we all get lost sometimes.
That's true. And the great thing is, you only need a few simple phrases to get help. So let's start with the most common and important one. Excuse me, where is the bathroom?
Yes, that's definitely number one on the list. Everyone needs that phrase at some point. So you say, "Excuse me, where is the bathroom?" And remember to say, "Excuse me" first. It makes you sound polite.
Exactly. You can also use it for other places, like, excuse me, where is the train station? Or, excuse me, where is the nearest supermarket?
Yes, and people will usually give you short, clear directions. They might say, "It's over there," and point with their hand. Or they might say, "It's straight ahead," which means go forward.
Right. And sometimes they'll say, turn left or turn right. It's good to know those phrases too.
Yes, definitely. And if you want to know whether the place is close or far, you can ask, "Is it far?"
Exactly. If the person says, no, it's near, that means it's close, maybe just a short walk. If they say, yes, it's far, then maybe you'll need a bus or a taxi.
That's right. And sometimes you might really have no idea where you are. In that case, you can simply say, "I'm lost." It's short, but people will immediately understand that you need help.
Yes, I'm lost is such a useful phrase. And if you have a map, you can point to it and ask, how do I get here? That's another easy way to ask for help finding a place.
That's a great tip, Emily. People are usually happy to help, especially if you smile and speak kindly.
Exactly. And don't worry if your English isn't perfect. Even a few simple words can make a big difference. Just saying, excuse me, where is enough for most people to understand.
Yes, and remember to say thank you after someone helps you. A little kindness goes a long way.
That's right. And it makes the conversation more pleasant for both sides.
So let's review quickly. When you're lost or looking for something, you can say, "Excuse me, where is the bathroom?" "Excuse me, where is the train station?" Or, "Excuse me, where is the nearest supermarket?"
And if someone gives you directions, listen for words like left, right, straight ahead, near, and far. Those will help you understand which way to go.
Exactly. And if all else fails, just say, "I'm lost," with a smile. Someone will always help you.
That's true. All right, Paul. I think after all this walking around and asking for directions, I'm getting a little hungry.
Me too, Emily. That's perfect timing because our next topic is one that everyone loves: ordering food and drinks.
Ah, yes, my favorite part. Let's head to a cafe and learn some simple, natural English phrases for ordering food.
Sounds delicious. Let's go.
All right, Paul. After all that walking and asking for directions, I'm starving. Let's talk about how to order food and drinks, one of the most useful daily conversations ever.
Oh, yes, definitely. We all need to eat, and knowing how to order food in English is super helpful, whether you're in a restaurant, a cafe, or even a small food truck.
Exactly. And the good news is, it's really simple. When you sit down at a restaurant or a cafe, the waiter or waitress will usually come to your table and ask, "Are you ready to order?" Or, "What would you like?"
Right. And there are a few easy ways to answer that question. If you already know what you want, you can say, "Can I have a coffee, please?" Or, "I'll have a sandwich, please."
Yes, both of those are perfect. "Can I have, please?" and "I'll have, please" are the most common and polite ways to order food or drinks. And don't forget the please. It makes you sound friendly and respectful.
Exactly. Now, if you're not ready yet and you need a little more time, you can say, "Not yet, thank you," or "Just a moment, please." That lets the waiter know you're still deciding.
That's a really good phrase to remember. And sometimes, if you don't understand what's on the menu, you can point to an item and ask, "What is this?" Or if you want advice, you can ask, "What do you recommend?"
Yes, those two questions are great. They help you learn new words and they show interest. Plus, waiters usually love when customers ask for recommendations. It feels friendly.
That's so true. And once your food or drink arrives, don't forget to say thank you. A small thank you always makes a good impression.
Exactly. And when you're finished eating and ready to leave, you'll probably want to ask for the bill. You can say, "Can I have the bill, please?" Or just, "The bill, please."
Yes, "Can I have the bill, please?" is polite and very common. In the US, people also say check, please. It means the same thing.
Oh, that's right. Check, please. That's more American style. And after you pay, don't forget to say thank you again. The waiter might reply, "You're welcome," or "Have a nice day."
Exactly. And it's always nice to say, "Have a good day," or "Have a good evening" back. Those little phrases make the whole experience friendlier and warmer.
Yes, being polite goes a long way. And ordering food is also a fun way to practice English because you get to enjoy something tasty at the same time.
That's the best part. So let's do a quick little example for our listeners.
All right, here we go.
Waiter, are you ready to order?
Yes, please. Can I have a coffee and a sandwich, please?
Of course. Anything else?
No, thank you. That's all.
Great. I'll bring it right away.
Thank you.
See? It's short, polite, and super easy to remember.
Yes, and it's the kind of English you'll actually use every single day. All right, Emily, now that we've had our meal, I think it's time to talk about another fun topic, things we like and don't like.
Ah, yes. That's always interesting because everyone has different likes and dislikes. Let's move on to part 10, talking about likes and dislikes. All right, Paul. Now that we finished our meal and we're feeling happy, let's talk about something fun, things we like and things we don't like.
Yes, this is one of my favorite topics because when you talk about what you like or don't like, people get to know more about you. It's such an easy and natural way to connect with others.
Exactly. So let's start with the positive side. When you like something, you simply say, I like. For example, I like coffee or I like English classes.
Yes, it's so easy. You can say, I like tea, I like music, I like movies, or I like pizza. That one is very popular.
Oh, yes, everyone likes pizza. And you can also use other words to sound more expressive, like I really like, I love, or I enjoy. For example, I love reading books, or I really like pop music.
Yes, that's great. But what if you don't like something? Well, that's easy too. You just add don't before like. So you say, I don't like coffee, or I don't like cold weather.
Exactly. It's short, simple, and natural. You can say, I don't like broccoli, or I don't like Mondays. That last one's very common.
Oh, yes, I think most people don't like Mondays. And if you want to ask someone else about their preferences, you can say, do you like? For example, do you like coffee, or do you like to read?
Yes, and you can answer, yes, I do, or no, I don't. It's such an easy pattern, but it's super useful for everyday conversation.
Exactly. And it's a great way to keep the conversation going, because when you ask someone what they like, they'll probably ask you back.
That's right. Let's try a short example, Paul.
Sure, let's do it.
Do you like coffee, Paul?
Yes, I do. I love coffee. What about you, Emily?
Well, I like tea more than coffee.
Ah, so you're a tea person.
Exactly. See, that's a fun and easy way to start a conversation just by talking about what you like and don't like.
Yes, and it's also a great way to discover what you have in common with other people. Maybe you both love music, or you both like cooking. And boom, you've got something to talk about.
That's so true. So, everyone, don't be afraid to use these phrases I like, I don't like, and do you like. They're small, but they help you build real connections when you speak English.
Exactly. And now that we've talked about what we like, maybe it's time to talk about how we feel.
Ah, yes. That's one of the most useful parts of daily English, talking about your feelings and your basic needs.
Perfect. So let's move on to part 11, talking about feelings and needs.
Great idea, Paul. Let's help our listeners learn how to express what they feel and what they need in simple, natural English. All right, Paul. Now we've talked about things we like and don't like, but sometimes we need to say how we feel or what we need, right? Because English isn't just about asking and answering, it's also about expressing yourself.
Exactly, Emily. And these are some of the most useful phrases in daily life because we all have basic needs like food, water, rest, or just saying when we feel tired or happy.
That's right. So let's start with something super common. I'm hungry. It means you want to eat. You can say it to your friends, your family, or even at a restaurant.
Yes, I'm hungry is probably one of the first sentences everyone learns. And another one that goes with it is I'm thirsty, which means you want something to drink. So I'm hungry for food and I'm thirsty for drinks.
Exactly. Easy to remember. You can say, I'm thirsty. Can I have some water, please? Or, I'm hungry. Let's eat something.
Yes, and here's another common one. I'm tired. That means you need rest. You can say it after work, after school, or even after a long day of traveling.
Yes. You can also say, I'm sleepy if you're ready to go to bed. For example, I'm sleepy. Good night.
That's right. And if you're not feeling well, you can say, I'm sick. That's very simple and direct. I'm sick means you're not healthy.
Exactly. And if you have a small pain somewhere, you can say, my head hurts or my stomach hurts. That way, people know what's wrong and can help you.
Yes, that's really important. And you can also use I'm hot or I'm cold to talk about how your body feels. Like, I'm cold. Can you close the window? Or I'm hot. Let's go outside for some air.
That's great, Paul. All these short sentences are so useful in everyday life. They help you communicate even when you don't know many words.
Yes, and they're all built in the same simple way. I'm plus feeling word. Like, I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm cold. I'm sick. Super easy to learn and super natural.
Exactly. And don't forget, you can also use I feel to sound a little softer. For example, I feel tired or I feel happy.
Yes, that's true. I feel happy. I love that one. It's such a positive phrase. And when you feel sad or worried, it's also okay to say, I feel sad or I feel nervous. It's honest and it helps people understand you.
That's such a good point, Paul. Learning English isn't just about grammar. It's about sharing how you feel. Even small words like hungry or tired can make your conversations more real and human.
Exactly, Emily. And once you start using these little phrases, you'll notice people respond with kindness. Because when you express your feelings, you connect better with others.
Yes, that's so true. So, to review, we say, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm sick, I'm cold, I'm hot, my head hurts, and I feel happy. All short, simple, and powerful.
Perfect summary. And remember, everyone, the more you practice these words, the more natural your English will sound.
Exactly. All right, Paul, we've gone from greetings to shopping to feelings. That's a lot. But we still have one last important part of daily conversations left.
Ah, yes. The way we end a conversation. Saying goodbye.
That's right. Let's move on to our final section. Part 12, Saying Goodbye.
Let's do it.
All right, Paul, we've learned so many useful phrases today, from greetings to feelings. But now it's time for something just as important, how to say goodbye.
Yes, every good conversation has to end sometime, right? And knowing how to say goodbye politely and naturally is a big part of speaking English.
Exactly. So the simplest and most common way to say goodbye is just goodbye or bye. You can use it in almost any situation, at school, at work, or when you finish talking with a friend.
Yes, bye is short, friendly, and works everywhere. It's one of those words that never sounds wrong.
Right. And if you want to sound a bit warmer or more friendly, you can say, see you later. That means you expect to see the person again soon, maybe later today or tomorrow.
Exactly. You can also say see you soon or see you tomorrow if you already know when you'll meet them next. These are perfect for friends, classmates, or coworkers.
Yes. For example, see you later, Paul. And you can answer, see you, Emily. It's short but friendly. It makes the conversation end on a happy note.
That's right. And there's another nice phrase, take care. It means you're wishing the other person well, like stay safe or be careful.
Yes, take care is lovely. It's warm and polite, and you can say it to anyone, your friend, your teacher, even someone you just met. For example, take care. See you soon.
Perfect. And if it's the end of the workday or you're saying goodbye after lunch, you can say, have a good day. That's such a kind and polite phrase.
Yes. Or if it's the evening, you can say, have a good evening. And on Fridays, you can even say, have a good weekend.
That's right. These small goodbyes make your English sound friendly and natural. And they're easy to remember. Bye, see ya, take care, have a good day.
Exactly. Let's do a quick little example to show how it sounds in real life.
Okay, I'll start. All right, Emily, I have to go now. See you later.
Okay, Paul, have a good day.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
See, simple, natural, and friendly. That's how real English sounds in daily life.
Yes, and that brings us to the end of today's big lesson, daily conversations you must know.
Wow, we covered so much, from hello to goodbye and everything in between. These short phrases are really the building blocks of natural English.
That's right. If you practice them every day, you'll sound more confident, more natural, and more like a native speaker.
Yes. So everyone, remember to practice, practice, and practice again. Say the phrases out loud, even to yourself, because that's how you build good speaking habits.
Exactly. And if you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, English Every Day.
Yes. And please leave us a comment. Tell us your favorite phrase from today's lesson or which one you use the most in real life. We love reading your comments.
Who knows? Maybe we'll even feature your comment in our next episode.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us today, everyone.
It was a pleasure, Emily.
It was a pleasure, Paul. And thank you all for listening.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.